Hey, you know what? Wait, before I even... Be right back. One sec. Okay, I know you're like, what the hell was that about? But I'm back. Basically, it is what it is. You know, do our words defy us? And I ask this because when you look at words, there's the dictionary definition, which... Excuse me. I just had dinner. Excuse me. There's a dictionary definition, which I've said before, goes with the current use of the word. It does have little tools in there if you know how to read it to get the original meaning of the word, or at least try to break it down to the original words it came from, because a lot of our words came from other English words that came from other words from other places. But this one lock is... There we go. That and it's back. Okay. Whatever. Anyway. Excuse me, as I was saying, a lot of our words, you know, well, I already said that. A lot of our words are, you know, they come from other words. So when you understand that the dictionary definition is the current use of the word or current slang, because really a dictionary is nothing but telling you the slang or the new slang of the way of using this word. That's why you have different definitions for each word. You start to realize, you start to go into, or you should start to go into the true meaning of the word and where the word came from. Now, in saying that, etymology, and I suggest, you know, if you can afford it, to get an etymology dictionary, or find old editions that may be a little bit cheaper, or, because, you know, etymology online is starting to play with stuff. As the site became popular, there's some words I looked up before that now they changed it, and you can always tell when they changed the word, because you see the use of it according to the culture and not necessarily where the word came from, you know, or the breakdown or the pie of the word, stuff like that. That's how you can kind of tell when you've been playing with stuff on etymology online. But even to say that, you need to look at the root of the word. And the reason why I'm saying this is because for those that understand vibration, you know, when a vibration is sent out, it has to pick up momentum. And the way it picks up momentum is by other vibrations attaching to it, which creates a bigger ball of energy, and it keeps going or whatever. Now, with that being said, when we have certain words that were created in origin, as time goes on and it goes to other cultures, they pick up other ways of using the word. But it doesn't mean that the original use of the word or the original energy of the word is still there. One good example, which is what I get a lot of emails on, is the word ego. The word ego in origin connects to the I, or the I am. Well, in origin, the word ego comes from aham, A-H-A-M, the Sanskrit word A-H-A-M. Might be spelling it wrong, but it's either A-H-A-M or A-H-E-M, which is where we get the word ego from. And I did another video on that, so I'm not going to get too deep into that. But when we understand that, that's your action. The way we use the word ego today, the ego is the enemy, or you need to humble your ego, which, you know, y'all people, if y'all watch my videos, y'all know I hate the word humble. And not because, well, that's a whole other reason why I hate the word humble. I'll get to that in a second. But when you understand that ego is your action, the ego, when you look at the words I am, and the reason why the Bible is I am that I am, is your action and then your desire. Your action is supposed to fulfill your desire. So when you say I am, the next thing is what you're putting your action, your desire towards. So when you say I am peace, I am love, I am this, I am that, I am abundance, but then turn around and say, my ego is the enemy. I need to control my ego. My ego is my lower self. My ego is, which in a way it is, but not in a way that y'all think it is, because obviously action has to be done in the realm of the manifested in order to pull other things into this realm to be manifested. So it is connected to, like, quote unquote lower self dealing with spirituality, but when you truly understand it, you need both to come together to create. But as I was saying, so I'm going off on a tangent again. Again, I need to stick to my notes. Excuse me one time. Okay, as I was saying, I had to blow my nose. You know, every time I do videos and I really start speaking truths and stuff like that, my nose always gets stuffy. You ever notice that? When you start speaking your truth, the more your body naturally cleanses itself out. But anyway, so, and I had a lot of cheese this weekend too. But in saying that, you know, when you start saying the stuff about your ego, and you understand the ego connects to the I and the I am, and you understand the ego is your action, your words are now defying yourself. Because now you're saying, I need to humble my actions. The very thing you need to do to take place to manifest the things you want to get to where in your life, you're saying you need to humble that. What does the word humble mean? Humble doesn't mean bring yourself down to a point where you understand that you're not better than nobody else, and no one else is better than you. That's not humility. Humble comes from where humility and all that means to prostrate, meaning to put yourself underneath somebody else, to bow down. You're never to bow down. You're not better than anyone else, but no one else is better than you. Everybody else is a unique vibration within itself. That's why I'm against the word humble. So, when you understand ego and you're saying you need to humble your ego, now you're saying you need to prostrate your actions under the will or under the doing or under the acknowledgement or under the surveillance or under somebody else. Basically. When you say that, that's when you start saying this word. This is what I mean by our words, you know, start to defy ourselves. When we look at the word kingdom, we look at the word heaven and stuff like that. When you trace the root of the word heaven back, it means a rock. You're looking to go to a rock. Most of your life, like, we're going to heaven. You're going to a rock, which probably could be symbolism for tombstone. I don't know. I didn't study that part that deeply, but it means a rock. So, when they say the kingdom of heaven is within that rock that you're supposed to be, or that stone, as they say, the stone that the builders rejected, that's inside of you. The builder that rejected it is you. You rejected your actions. You rejected the right thoughts. You reject everything inside of you that makes you uniquely you to be a copy of someone else that you can never be because you wasn't meant to be that. You know, this is what we're going to get into a little bit deeper. Again, in the Harvesting Abundance class, words that we use that defy what we want. And ego is a big one. You know, you are never to humble your ego against under someone else unless, well, you're never to humble your ego under someone else, never humble, but you are to place your actions under someone else who can take you but so far where you want to go. I mean, if you want to be a teacher, obviously your actions have to go to study the books under the teachers who are teaching those classes. Okay, I understand that, but that's not humility. You're not prostrating. You're just putting your actions towards them, but that's not prostrating. That's not putting yourself underneath them. That's not making a footstool for them, or you become a footstool for them to walk over. It's not the same thing. But again, those type of stuff we're going to be going deeper on, and it's the type of stuff that's been heavily on my mind that, you know, we need to understand and need to get into and start needing to get into these other words that we use and see where they really came from. Again, Mr. Shani did one on fear. I think I put it on my page. Either that, if it's not on here, it's definitely on the Gumbo Cafe page if y'all want to go over there. Gumbo Cafe, YouTube/Gumbo Cafe. About fear and what fear actually means. Fear doesn't mean don't do anything. Fear doesn't mean, you know, that you're scared of something. Fear actually means you're supposed to overcome it. Or whatever you fear, you're supposed to overcome. You know, the fear of God would actually mean the action of God or the overcoming of the God in you. You know, the fear of God is in you. The action of God or the outcome of God is in you. When you start understanding these words, you can understand how we are using them to our detriment because we don't, or using them to defy us. Like they say, you know, again, I have a Bible background, and they say out of the mouth comes life and death. But even in a cult, chants are very important. That's your mouth. That's your vibrations over here. Their affirmations are important. All the other stuff is important. So once we understand that, we need to start looking at the words we're saying, what they truly meant, and take it back to the origin. While it does have other connotations and other vibrations put on top of it, that original energy will always still be there. It's like baking a cake. No matter how good that cake is, the base of it was flour, eggs, or whatever. But the main base, while they added other stuff to the flour, was still flour. And that doesn't go away. You know what I mean? So I hope y'all understand that. I hope y'all... I'm hoping y'all starting to get it. Again, to sign up for the Harvest Abundance stuff, which is going for a good cause. All the links is in there. I don't need to redo everything again. By now, the commercial should be up. So, all links be in the description below. Everybody have a blessed day. Start paying attention to your words. Start research your words, and peace. Or if you don't want to research your words, start taking my classes. I'll do the work for you so y'all don't have to. Alright, everybody stay blessed. Peace.